Hello everyone, this is Joseph. Welcome back to JN Unique Designs. I'm so happy to be with you tonight. Valentine's Day is coming up, and one of the hardest things that a lot of you, including me, get asked about is making what we call masculine Valentine's Day cards. It's very difficult because despite what you think, masculine cards don't have fluff, if that makes sense. And so today I'm going to be making some masculine I can't even speak. Masculine Valentine's Day cards using Elizabeth Craft Designs. So come join me, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. It does make a difference, and all the supplies I'll be using will be linked down below in the about section here. So I greatly appreciate you coming and taking time out of your day and making time for me. So let me turn this camera around, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so first things first, I've already prepared a few things. My base card, I'm going to do some 5x7 cards today. These are just Elizabeth Craft Design soft finish cardstock, and what I did was I cut them in 5 by 7 inches by 10 inches, 7 by 10, and I scored it at 5 inches down below. We're going to make 3 cards today, so let's see if we have enough time to do that. I'm going to start by bringing in, Els showed the wonderful release from the new line, the new Elizabeth Craft Designs tickets from Esther from the Planner Essentials. So I went ahead and I already made these tickets. I'm going to use a lot of tickets. This is a heart leaf set here from a previous release from the Art Journal line, I believe. And so are these also from the Art Journal line. This February is already cut from, I don't even know what line this is. This February cut is from the Planner Essential line. It's an older release. I think should still be available if you're interested in that. I know that I was going to grab the sets for you to show you what they look like, but of course, knowing me, I forget and put them off to the side. So let me grab this for you and kind of show you what I have here. I'll be using the new stamp set, the new tickets, the CS292 stamp set. I'll be using the new Elizabeth Craft Designs ticket dies here for this project. Set those aside. I'll be using the Planner Essential calendar number set, which is this one, CS251, and I'm using these particular dies down here. This one in particular belongs to somebody that's watching me live right now. It says, and I'm just showing it on screen here, but it says a very significant phrase. So I'm going to let that person, whoever is watching me, decide on how much that means to them. Yes, I have a live audience once again, so it makes things very interesting. All right, so Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided tape on the back of your cardstocks. These are just simple black cardstock. I'm not using Elizabeth Craft Designs because I don't have any Elizabeth Craft Designs black cardstock. This particular one is just a tad smaller than 7 inches and a tad smaller than the 5 inches. You remember the 3-tick mark trick that I showed you on the cutting board. And if you don't remember that, let me show you that to you again while we're doing this. So let me grab my tweezers to point. So hypothetically, if you're cutting at 4 inches, this is the 4-inch mark here. And I don't know if you can see it clearly. Let me see if I can zoom the camera in a little bit so you can see the tick mark. There we go. There we go. So if you can see this 4 here, hypothetically, if you're cutting a 4-inch card, every layering card has 3mm tick marks, smaller. So I cut every layer that goes higher, 3 tick marks. So when I say 3 tick marks, it's literally 1, 2, 3 tick marks. And then when I say 6 tick mark, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's just right there. That's the size of the cardstock. So that's what I'm doing. So if you are confused, give it a try. It comes out perfectly every time. It never gives me an issue. So let me zoom the camera back out here. There we go. And we can definitely play with that. So this cardstock is a 5x7, cut 3 tick marks lower. This cardstock, this white cardstock here, is Elizabeth Craft Design Soft Finish cardstock, but this one has 6 tick mark smaller than the 5x7. Okay, so if that makes sense to you, or if you're confused, message me down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out, so to explain that further to you. Right now, I'm just peeling off the double-sided adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and layer these together. When I say that they fit perfectly, let me show you. When I layer these together, they give you a nice, perfect border, as you can see. The black is just perfect around the page, and I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to use the stencil set from Elizabeth Craft Designs here. This is the heart from the art journal line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blending brush with Distress Oxide today. I'm using fossilized amber. And I'm just going to, I don't like to brush too much of it, but I'm just going to brush a little bit of that color just everywhere on the card. So let me do this, just like that. And then I'm going to do some down here, because I know, very simple, but love the way that they come out. So give you some of that. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to take my rag here that's very well used. I'm going to spray some of the water on there. Alcohol mixed with water. And I'm just going to tap it to get some of the ink off of there so that it doesn't stain my stencil. And there you go. It's clean and it's ready to go again for the next project. Set that off to the side. I'm going to take this black cardstock. This piece is 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. I didn't put Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive on there yet, but I'm going to right now. So I'll place this there and there. And then I'm going to peel off the release sheet. But if I remember correctly, I think what I wanted to do was I wanted to put this kind of underneath that ticket, underneath that. So I'm only going to use 2 of these actually. So I'm going to break that ticket off. And I'm only going to use 3 of this, 3 pieces. I'm going to measure this piece so that it has a nice border around. But what I'm going to do that's different is I'm going to take an Elizabeth Craft Designs release sheet. Is that it? That's not even a release sheet. I'm going to take Elizabeth Craft Designs release sheet and I'm going to place it right underneath here just so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to take my glue, which is Lineco Neutral pH glue, and I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of these tickets. If you want to see how these tickets are made, watch Els on her live. Els has shown a lot of tips and tricks and techniques on how that is done that are really good. So that way, with this release sheet that's there, know that tape that was there earlier, it doesn't stick to it. So what I want is I want it to be right about there, I think. Just like that. And then I'll press down. See? Just like that. And then what am I going to do? Put next here. I'm thinking I'll place. So make sure you use plenty. There's plenty of things that you can do with Elizabeth Craft Designs. They don't all have to be floral cards. They don't have to be, you know, fancy and fluffy. You can use them for masculine cards also. Place that one there. Like the way that looks. And again, I've already pre-cut all of these. So if you look in my description box down below, it'll show you which particular dies I'm using. So there's that. And then I'm going to take this leaf, put some glue on there. All I'm doing is, as you can see yourself, I'm putting dabs of glue. I'm not putting a lot on there because the Line Co Neutral pH glue is great for projects when they are kind of, stuck down. They dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it. And then I'll do this. Someone was calling me. My mom was calling me. But I'm actually recording right now, so that's not gonna, she'll have to wait just a tad bit here. I know, I'm gonna get some flack for it, but she knows. So I'm gonna place this here. Place that right there. February. I'm gonna take a couple more. No, I think that will. I don't need to put these tickets on there. I want to use this stamp and this stamp set. I'm gonna use the word love. And I'm going to stamp that with a brown VersaFine here. This is how I prepare my stamps. If they're new and I've never used them before, I take my hands and I just rub the stamps like such. And what happens is that it takes all the stickiness off of there. And then the stamp works perfectly every time. I'm going to pull my stamping mat out just because I have a tendency to not stamp the card all the way through, but by using a stamping mat, you are guaranteed that it will work. So I'm going to ink that all up. I'm going to put this right here, just as such, and stamp, and hold it for a second. There you go. There we go. And then I'll take my cleaner pad. I like to clean my stamps right away, just so that it doesn't stain or anything. I hope everybody's doing well, and you have big plans for Valentine's Day coming up. I know I have plans with someone particular. She may be watching this live right now, but, I'm not quite sure. Or I might run away. What do you think? What do you think, everybody? Comment down below if I should run away, or should I go ahead and take her, this lovely one here that's watching me live, to dinner. That'll be a good question. I think my followers would enjoy that. So here's your question: should I take her to dinner, or should I run away and abandon her? That's up to you to figure out. So there's the first card, February Love. How great is that? See, this card is so different, very masculine, very simple. Very masculine, very simple, but you can see, very easy to put together. Let's move on to the second card. In the second card, I'm using more of the Planner Essential line. I'm using, again, that February. I'm using some more tickets here. I'm using also the flap. This comes with a half-heart planner page, and I cut the die out. And if you remember how this goes, is in the half planner heart page, this is a flap that you can open up. What I did was I already cut it off the flap, so that I'm going to use it as a part of the decorations for this card. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm going to take another stencil, and this is from the Planner Essential line stencil. This time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a vintage photo. This is a Distress Oxide vintage photo. And I like to just brush it on as such. Not much. I want to give a little bit of a design here and there. Maybe down here. But it doesn't have to be continuous. I think Elizabeth Craft Designs products are so versatile that you can use it however you like. And in this particular case, I'm using it exactly how I like. And I think that will look good right there. I'm going to take my rag again, and I'm just going to pat some of this off. Spray some alcohol water mixture on there. And all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to wipe this clean without, and all I'm doing is just dabbing on the thing. I'm not even wiping it hard. And there you go. Your stencil is ready for the next project. Place that off to the side. What I want to do is I want to place some double-sided adhesive here. So, do that, and do that. Remember, I challenge you. I mean, the theme for this month for the journal together is love. And so this is a great opportunity for you and for all of followers of Elizabeth Craft Designs to use anything in your stash that has the symbols of love. But we're making it a masculine card, so that's why we're doing it this way. I'm going to get some of these tickets here, add some glue to the back of it. As you can see, I don't put very much on there, just enough that it will stick wherever I need it. And I just want it to stick right under this heart just a tad bit. Just like that. I'm going to take this. This is from the planner page, one of the original planner pages. I have to get the number. I don't remember the number of this, but it should still be available with Elizabeth Craft Designs. And this is an opportunity for you to get it. Remember, if you purchase using the links down below, you can get a little bit of a discount on your purchases through Elizabeth Craft Designs pages using JN Unique Designs as your promo code, because that's just a way of me saying thank you to you, and Elizabeth Craft Designs' way of saying you have made it possible for us to do this because of your following, because of your loyalty, and your love for everything that is Elizabeth Craft Designs. And if you're watching this and you're not an Elizabeth Craft Designs follower, it's because I am on the design team for Elizabeth Craft Designs, and so that's why I'm using their products. I'm going to place this like that. Yes, besides that, I'll cut that piece off. I'm going to use this here. And I'm kind of debating, do I think I like it like this, or do I like it like this? I think I like it at an angle like this. Maybe I'll put a small border down below, just to show the distinguishment there. And then I'll cut off the rest. That. And then I'm going to put this up here. I'll take that glue again. These are all techniques that all the other designers have already done. I'm just using it to make masculine cards for you today. February. And I'm going to pull out my mat again. I'm going to use that same stamp. No, I think I'm going to change that up. Where is that stamp set? There it is. This is that special stamp that I'll be using. But the specific person that's watching will not be able to see it because she's not at my desk. You don't know what it is. Yeah. Nope. So, I'm going to place it. You know, I'm going to place it right there, stamp it down, press it. That looks good to me. But with Elizabeth Craft Designs, with that, what I want to do is, because their ink, the Versa Fine ink, is very good when it comes to, where is that? I don't have a coffee filter next to me. How ironic. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Hopefully I don't mess up. This is clear embossing powder. That's clear embossing powder. And I'm going to take my brush here, my smallest brush, and I'm just going to go along the edge here to make sure that I don't have any extras. Like that. I'm going to pour this back in here. Not the ideal way of doing it. You should consider using a coffee filter, because that works a lot better. But it's all I have at the moment. So I'll take that off here. Take my heating tool, and I'm just gonna heat over that just a tad bit. Last week I had a video for the challenge for a journal together, and I was told by some of the followers that I had sound issue. Another thing that I would like to hear from you, if I may request that from you, is if you're having issues with your sound or you're having a hard time hearing me, please let me know. Please let me know in the comments down below. I would greatly appreciate that, because that helps me figure out what is going on and why it's doing what it's doing. Because as I told you before, what I'm doing is I'm in the process of replacing my camera system, and I'm in the process of replacing just a variety of different things in my craft room so that I have better videos for you. And it would be great to hear from you, my followers. It'd be great to hear if you tell me that I'm having sound issues or anything like that. There's my next simple card. I'm going to peel the Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided tape on the back here. I mean, granted, I cheated a little bit by having these cards already pre-made and pre-laid out so that I know exactly what I'm doing. But, you know, feel free to, what do you think about that? Very nice, simple, yet makes the point that it is a very masculine card. And then my last and final card that I'm going to use is I'm going to use some more tickets and some more fishtail dies and some tickets here. I'm also going to use this globe that came from the original, one of the newer releases of Elizabeth Craft Designs. This time, I'm not going to use any oxide. I'm going to use a, I think a yellow, if I'm not mistaken. This is a gold. I'm going to use a golden metal VersaFine Clear. I'm going to place this right on there. And if you're comfortable holding the stencils, great. If you're not comfortable holding the stencils, remember that I've showed you my mat before. My mat has these magnets that I can use to hold down the stencils as you are coloring. So I'm just coloring here. So give it a second to get some. And as you can see, that does that. How cool is that? Set that aside for a quick. Take my rag. There's some, it's still kind of wet. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe off my stencil. You can throw it in a bucket of water. You can do whatever you need to get it clean. But that's an easy and quick way to get things cleaned. My microphone's getting in the way. So let me fix that for you. All right. Now I'm going to glue this half globe on here. No. So the nice thing about the fine tip bottle is, of course, you can get a lot of glue into very small fine spaces and get it down. I'll place this right here, just like that. And I think that will look fine. I think I like, I mean, I do live in Colorado, so Elizabeth Craft Designs and Els Vandenberg created some dyes that are specifically, it looks like Colorado themed. You know, it might not be, it might be. I mean, depending on what part of the country or the world you are in, some of these might look kind of cool to be a part of your collection. I'll place that down there as such. I think I'm going to place this ticket right here as I get VersaFine Clear on my fingers. Hopefully I don't get it on my card, as I am very distracted, apparently, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some glue on here this time. Like that. Keep this card, I'm going to keep this card as flat as I possibly could. Just like that. And then I'll take my pair of scissors, I'll trim off the excess. This time, what I'm going to do that's different is I'm going to go ahead and use some foam tape. I talked about keeping this card flat, but, you know, before I foam it up, I better stamp something on it. Let's see. What does this one say? I could use that again. I use that stamp. That's what I call my secret stamp. And I'm going to take a VersaFine Clear pine cone. The difference between the two inks is this. When I stamp with the VersaFine Mark by itself compared to the VersaFine Clear, I don't feel like I need to use that foam because the ink is so much juicier and it looks nicer like that. So I'm just going to do that and see that's how it turns out. Yes, it's a very dark color. Yes, it's a very dark brown. Pine cone is a very dark brown. And then I'm going to take that. I'm going to take acorn, I believe that's what it's called. No, fallen leaves. It's already on here from my previous projects. The nice thing about having a container to hold all of that is this. You can brush this, make it more, see, all I'm going to do is I'm going to brush some color onto there. And since I don't know how high this is going to be quite yet, I'm just going to do that. And then take some foam dots. I'm going to place some down the front and the center. Like that. Like that. I'm going to place this right down the middle. Like that. And I'll trim off the rest. There's that. Looks pretty good, in my opinion. I don't know about yours. I think it needs a little bit more brown around the edge here. So I'm just going to take whatever's left on my blending brush here with that Distress Oxide, that vintage photo, and I'm just going to blend out some of the white. that. Make it more rustic. I'm going to peel off the double-sided adhesive on the back. And place it on another piece of black here. Remember, so the black is 5x7 with 3 tick marks, and the white Elizabeth Craft Design Soft Finish cardstock is 5x7 with 6 tick marks. I think I'd like that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to place it onto my card base. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. 3 cards in 30 minutes. This is a fast, quick 3 cards in 30 minutes. If you've created cards with me before, you'll know that I have prepared just to save some time. But there are my 3 cards. Got to get it out of my face so that you can see all of the cards. So there are my 3 cards. These are my 3, what I call 3 masculine cards that you can give to your loved ones for Valentine's Day. So let's turn the camera around one more time. So 2 things. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and commenting down below if you think that my volume for my sound for my videos are too low, I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm getting ready to reach a milestone, so if you comment down below here, I'm going to put your name into an entry so that you can win a prize. And the second question is, what am I going to do on Valentine's Day here in America? Am I going to run or am I going to stay? That's the question for you, my viewers. So I expect to hear a comment from this one that's watching me, but she probably won't comment. So we'll see how that goes. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to having you again. Let me show you these cards one more time. So there's one of the cards. There's another card. And here's the third and final card. All of them, I think, fits the theme of masculine cards. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a good night, everyone. And please like and subscribe. Remember, if you comment down below, you get a chance for a prize. So until next time, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.